right, hello, hello.
Hello, friends.
I just realized,
That was
can
so
you guys hear?
Yeah.
Cool. I
I
couldn't remember. You can't?
can.
Okay.
Can.
Like, I couldn't remember whether I hit the little toggle and, yeah. I'm doing great today.
I'm great, sweetie.
It's been a long. I keep saying this, but it's been a long week.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Sometime.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Kels. I'm the moron behind the controller. I voice Dinosuke Naruhodo, and that's it, except for Bailiff Elmo every once in a while.
Bailiff Elmo is the fan favorite, okay?
He is the crown jewel of this stream.
Yes. I will take no other answer.
Exactly.
Hi, my name is Manabingu, Ginga, whatever. I don't know. I always have an existential crisis, and I voice all the annoying characters. Also, I am sorry if I butcher everyone's accents. My bad, I'm trying my best. Resident voice actor who is just trying to vibe here.
I figure half the time my West Coast American accent doesn't really pass, so, you know, like, you're fine.
And of course, last but not least, my name is Lemur. I play a lot of different people. I don't know off the top of my head. We'll learn together.
We'll learn together.
That's the spirit.
I love it.
That's my vibe all the time.
Mood.
Yeah, so standard disclaimer, of course, is that I live in a household full of animals, and you will hear me either speaking to them or you will hear them at some point. Bird Brain is on top form today. She's been screaming for most of the evening. So, and if you couldn't hear that in the distance, she laughed at that.
It's like your bird knows that you're talking about it.
She knows.
Yeah.
She always knows.
She always knows. That's really Cookie's secret, is she knows.
Just picture the bird with shifty eyes.
They all have that look. That's just what their face looks like.
Incredible. Can confirm. I have a cockatiel and he always has shifty eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to you, Pachos. You're the MVP. Anyway.
Oh yeah, and I have to give you a backstory.
I was warned that you had backstory.
I do have backstory for you, and I'm going to point out this is because I've been watching She-Hulk very, 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 very slowly.
Okay.
And like I have to, sit here and occasionally pause every 5 minutes to type out a sarcastic message and then delete it before sending it. But the conversation, and for those of you, this is very, 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 very mild spoilers. The conversation she has about whether Steve Rogers is a virgin, you have absolutely had that conversation. I do not remember if it was with me, but that conversation has at least been had.
Inquiring minds need to know. It's America's ass. The fact when I watched it and her phone background was a picture of Steve's butt. I love Jen Walters.
So yeah, there is your backstory of the day.
All right.
Again, I couldn't remember whether you and I had the conversation, but I knew you'd had it with someone.
And now it's here.
Yeah. For just to add context to the backstory, up until WandaVision, my favorite Avenger was Captain America, so and I have fallen in love with another. And it's not Vision. Don't come at me with that slander. I hate Vision. Anyway.
Yeah, we have had several conversations about Steve.
So many conversations.
So many.
Love Steve.
He's good.
We might have been talking about it when we watched Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, we
Because I
probably
also
could
love
have.
Bucky. And Sam. I feel like that goes without saying, but I'm going to say that I also love Sam.
Exactly.
So, obviously, Team Cap.
Always seen.
Anyway, so that is your backstory for today. We are going semi-realistic on this week's. Tune in next stream to see what kind of slander I have next time.
Mayo.
It ain't slander if it's real. Alright. So, of course, my favorite question of the evening. Would you like to play a game?
Yes, Jigsaw,
Yeah.
Tonight's game of choice is a game of choice. Not sponsored. We are going to be playing Pick Your Poison.
Oh, hey.
I came up with that and just pulled that out of my ass, and I'm so proud of
It was very good.
Anyway, thank you. I've been working on writing stuff because I'm working on a D&D campaign right now.
Ooh.
And I'm very excited. Do you guys want to hear about my D&D campaign real fast?
Yes.
Yeah.
So basically, it's gonna be like fantasy 1920. It's set in fantasy 1920s, mostly because one of my players didn't want to be a human person, so it had to be fantasy.
Yeah.
And that's totally fine. Like, I don't give a shit. That means that the characters I get to come up with don't have to be human people either.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, it's like if Clue and Murder on the Orient Express had a baby.
I like it. That's solid.
Yes. Yeah, right? So my, I haven't, basically, I mean, it's 100% just going to be like, it's going to be Clue, and they're going to be on a train. Which is fine, but and it won't be like Murder on the Orient Express, which, spoiler alert, for a very old book, there will only be one culprit as opposed to everybody.
Love that twist. So good.
It's so good. When I watched the newer film the first time, my dumbass was like, everybody did it, fully knowing that that's how that story ends. I didn't know when I watched Murder on the Nile, I didn't know how that one ended, so that one truly got me. But I knew how Murder on the Orient Express ended.
I love Agatha Christie, and let me just say, lady can write. And then you add Kenneth Branagh making movies, and I can say that Murder on the Orient Express is probably the last film I watched that I absolutely just, like, came out of the theater, which I should point out, I've not been to a theater for a very long time, so, like, this bar isn't that high, but, like, that I'd walked out of that going, oh my god, I want to watch it again. It was so good. I want to watch it again now.
So that's my, we're doing a murder mystery campaign, and I'm very excited.
I love it.
Heyo.
Yeah. All right, so our first choice of the night. Okay, there's one of these that I actually kind of sounds appealing to me. And I'll let you guess which. Have a permanent itch in the middle of your back, or shed your skin every morning like a snake.
I would absolutely go with shed my skin every morning like a snake. There is no need for exfoliation.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. I can't stand being itchy, especially on my back, and it is especially if I can't reach it.
Because the permanent itch alludes to the fact that it's never going away.
Exactly.
Like, you could scratch it, and you could scratch your back raw, and it would still be there. I would much rather shed my skin like a snake.
Exactly. And also, that's just satisfying. I don't know what this might just be me, but anytime I get a sunburn or something and it starts to feel I want to get it all off in one piece. So
to become snake.
exactly. Must become snake.
As previously discussed on stream, I believe, because I very loudly tell anybody who will hear this that my 2 skin tones are mayonnaise and lobster. So I
Mayonnaise.
I like I am like borderline like translucent, or I am like a beet red lobster. Like those are my skin tones. And I do not tan. I go from being super red to being right back to pasty as hell. So I sunburn super easy, and the satisfyingness of just like, I'd rather be a snake.
Exactly. Plus, who doesn't want to be a snake?
I feel like I'd be less afraid of snakes if I was one.
I mean, probably. I would say so.
I will disclose that I do not like snakes. They scare me. If they're in the wild, no. Like, like if I can go to like the zoo and see a snake, like that's fine. But in the wild, or like I have a friend who has a snake, and she was like, "Hey, could you pet sit?" No. No, I cannot. I don't care that you have a puppy. You got a snake, my guy.
Yeah.
That's how much I don't like snakes. Anyway.
See, I think like I'm immune is not really the right word for it, but like we'll go with immune because I can't think of the right word. Because if it tells you anything, there are so many snakes around here because we've got so many different like lakes and bodies of water that my apartment complex has a Facebook group called "Please Identify This Snake for Me," that people will post pictures of snakes in it to figure out whether or not they're poisonous. I do not know what the point of this exercise is. Because it's just a bunch of people that don't know anything about snakes trying to guess what kind of snake that is. But
I mean, you do want to know in case they're venomous. But I actually watched a TikTok today about, he's a comedian from like born and raised in Florida, and he was talking about like the bit was about a snake, and he was able to like identify what it was from like 5 feet away, which freaked everybody out because of course it was like a water moccasin, which
Scary.
I was just gonna say like it's so bad. Like when I was a child, now granted, I would like you to put your brain back into being, like 10 or however how old I was when Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets came out. But I was afraid of that basilisk. I'm not anymore.
I can see it.
Janky as shit.
Yeah, I know.
It was
but like at the time, that thing, oh boy, too real.
I mean, it was designed to be scary to kids, so like it makes sense.
Yeah.
The thing,
I can't imagine what it would be like with today's technology. I would probably die.
Yeah, absolutely.
When I first moved to Florida, I went out to eat, and I remember our waitress got very like personal with us, and when she found out that we had just moved to Florida, was telling us this story about like this lady who had gone like in the middle of the night, had gone to the bathroom, and there had been a snake in the toilet and bit her. And now like every time, I will not go to the bathroom in the dark anymore. Like just in case a snake has come up my plumbing. That story has fucked me up so badly.
I've seen that on the internet, and like I know, like I don't think that happens here. I've never seen a report of it happening anywhere near me, and like a fly will touch my butt, and I'm like, ah!
Oh my god.
Like, anyway.
Yeah, no, like that is just, it's the one thing I think of every time I go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. Like, okay, but what if there is a snake in my plumbing? I've never even heard an actual story of it happening other than like, the folk tales of Floridian natives sitting here going, let's scare the new people.
I'd be so scared.
God, it makes me think of one of the camps. So of the 4 Girl Scout camps that are in Oregon. The one I did not work at is in outside of the Portland area, and it's on a fucking hill, and I'm fat and I don't do hills. Like, you know what I mean? Like, like you have to. It's a hike to get between like your cabin and breakfast. No fucking thank you.
What a move.
Like anyway, the summer that I did admin, our admin training was at that camp, so I stayed there for like 5 days, and that was the first time I'd ever been there. Well, and I definitely don't want to go back after hearing that it's routine for them to like just find scorpions places.
Oh, fun!
And they were like, yeah, make sure to check your bed for
No.
scorpions. And I was like, I'm gonna fucking die. Like, I'm gonna burn this whole camp down, which, of course, that reaction was really, like, on the nose, because that was, like, right after that fire in the gorge where these teenagers set off illegal fireworks, and, like, lit the whole gorge on fire. Anyway, but anyway, I would recreate that disaster to get rid of the scorpion. Like, ugh.
I remember
Anyway.
I lived in Phoenix for a year before moving to Oregon, and I remember opening the cupboard to get like a plate out and having a scorpion just sitting on top of it and going,
Oh,
nope, I need to leave now.
oh.
So that is the reason I no longer live in Phoenix. Just that moment.
I did hear a good thing to have if you live in a place with scorpions is a black light, because sometimes they're translucent.
Oh.
And if you're trying to look for those fuckers at night, you can't see them, even with a flashlight, so you need a black light because they're bioluminescent.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Also, I am so fucking stupid. You said use a black light, and I was like, scorpion rave, woo! Like 100% seriously. Like, clearly this was the reason you told us to get a black light.
Scorpion rape.
Sounds so much better than what I was actually trying to tell you.
Because obviously, if you dance with the scorpions and throw them a rave, they won't attack you anymore. Jesus Christ. I just...
To circle back to the question at hand,
Love that.
if I shed my skin every day, do I have to sleep naked so I don't have dead skin under my pajamas to remove it all the time? I would assume, I don't think so. Because, like, if you like how a snake sheds its skin is, not necessarily all in, like, one piece, but you'll probably, like, lose all the skin off of your leg at once.
Yeah.
Like, just off.
Well, that, if you think about it, we shed dead skin cells all the time.
Yeah,
So...
that's what dust mostly is dead skin.
Yeah. Like... Probably not.
I still, regardless, even if I have to deal with the skin, I have such an issue with itching and that fixation. Like, even if something's like constant, like, I would much rather shed my skin.
Just get rid of it.
All right. Yeah, just bye.
Yeet it off. It's fine.
Oh boy. Okay. All right. I already know which one I hate more. Would you rather whistle for your waiter's attention whenever you need something when you're out to eat, or wear a neck brace for the rest of your life?
Neck brace. Because
Yeah.
then people don't think I'm an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, I mean, at least I won't be in that restaurant for a long time. You know what I mean? It's
Never
like,
go out to
I'll be
eat.
there for
Yeah.
like an hour, and then I would just leave. So that spares my neck, I guess.
I I swear to God, I don't mean for all of my stories for me to be like 8 years old, but I think I legitimately was 8 years old.
When you were 8 years old, you whistled to the waiter.
No, but however old I was when my grandma took my mom, brother, and I on a road trip, and we were at the Grand Canyon, and we were at a restaurant on the rim of the Grand Canyon, and it's been easily 20 years since this happened, but I watched my grandma raise her hand above her head, make eye contact with the person as she was walking, and snap her fingers to get their attention.
Oh my God.
I could not whistle for someone's attention. Like, I would incinerate. Like, it's been almost 2 decades since that I had to watch my grandma do that to some poor service worker, and I would never forget any instance ever. So I think I'd rather deal with a neck brace.
I mean,
personally.
In hindsight, thinking about it, like, I can't whistle with my fingers, so when I do whistle, it's not very loud.
Yeah.
So I might actually be able to get away with it because I'm the world's like quietest whistler.
Yeah.
But like, if it was anything other than a whistle, because like in Japan, like it's a common thing, you know, like the waiter doesn't come back to your table and like has to guess when you're ready. I hate it. I don't like that part here. Like you get their attention by, you know, saying excuse me, sumimasen. And so like if I could just lean on that, I'd be okay. But like you can't whistle politely.
No.
Unless you turn it into a song.
Nah, I mean,
no one said you can't turn it into no song.
I don't think that that's going to get you the service that you want, though.
True.
They just might think that you're an asshole for whistling really loudly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is the Pandora playlist they have not enough for you?
Yeah, probably.
And going to, so obviously, you know, they're both, like, looking at both of these, they're both lifelong things. One clearly states life, the other one says whenever you're out to eat, so that alludes forever.
Yeah.
I mean, you can get, like, a lighter weight neck brace.
Yeah.
Like, it wouldn't have to be, like, full on, like, you know, like Regina George and Mean Girls, like, with a whole apparatus and shit. Like, it wouldn't have to be that intense.
Yeah. It's probably better for your posture, too.
Yeah.
You know, no, like, leaning down over your phone.
Yeah.
That
I don't
being
know.
said, you're stuck only looking forward for the rest of your life, so...
Yeah, true. I don't know. I don't like either of these.
I mean, to be
But
fair,
that's just the way.
The two options are generally not, you know, like, eat cake for the rest of your life without gaining weight, or listen to your favorite song and never get, you know, like, bored of it. Like...
Alright. How many more do we want to do?
Let's do one more.
Okay. Interesting. Alright. Would you rather... I feel like this is targeted. Would you rather shoplift at least one thing every time you enter a store, or sleep on the floor every night for the rest of your life?
Okay, I'm gonna go with sleep on the floor, but I will say, neither one of these options are that bad to me.
That's why I said it's targeted.
Wait, it was sleep on the floor and what?
Shoplift.
Shoplift? Oh, no.
At least one thing every time you enter a store.
Oh, hell
which,
no.
like, you know, you could go for like a piece of candy.
No, I could go to jail. No, I'm sorry, no. I can't.
Fair. Yeah, the other one was sleep on the floor. Listen, a good floor sleep, though, hits the spot.
I mean, like, let me just point out, I grew up half my life sleeping on tatami mat, so, like, that's right on the floor.
Nothing.
Like, you know, in futon, like, that's just how I grew up sleeping. I miss sleeping like that. Now I have to worry about mattresses.
You mattress.
Exactly. So, like sleeping on the floor is the easy one, but also I do have the criminal drive. And it would become a game to me very quickly. I'm aware of that. Also, Popo, you can't pin anything on me from this conversation, I'd like to point out. I have not admitted to a crime yet.
Yeah, no, I think I'd rather deal with sleep on a. Oh, Leia. Oh God. Sorry. So my dogs have like water everywhere, and Leia was just drinking, and she turned around to look at me, and proceeded to soak my foot with wet saliva water, and I'm having some texture, I'm having some issues over here. We're fine, but oh boy, would I like to scream right now. I'm uncomfortable. We're fine.
All right. Well, shall we talk about the game?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. So, recapping what we did last time, we convinced Von Zieks to let us cross-examine Joan Garadeb and her husband, and we found the missing knife tip in his pipe that confirms that Joan threw the knife. Olive bent down to pick up the burned book, which is why the knife plunged into her back. With Natsume acquitted, Sholmes allowed us to move in with him so we can open our law office in his attic and also join Susato in drilling over Sholmes' arms. Yeah, I'd like to point out, a week
Well, that's
ago...
right, that's how that ended last time.
Yeah, like, the last time we were on this stream, we fucking lost it because we saw Herlock Sholmes' forearms.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was quite a stream.
We were so far into Horny on Main that,
Because of one forearm.
like, literally when I went back, so for those of you who have not seen this clip, it is now a highlight on our Twitch channel, so you can go check that out itself. It's a 5-minute clip, and it could have been longer if I hadn't cut it early.
That's hilarious.
We literally spent 5 minutes drooling over this 2D character who we sat there and went, oh my god, you are the most annoying motherfucker in history.
He is. He also has nice forearms.
He does have very nice forearms, man.
You
Like,
do.
Looks nice.
I could get into that. He's a 10, but he's Herlock Sholmes.
He's a 10, but he's Herlock Sholmes.
Our British racism count by the end was at least 33, probably more. Yeah, we had a lot of microaggressions in that one. Like, I don't know how chat was counting, but it felt like every time we had someone new talk, we got a new one. And our Hallowed Chalice count was 9. And I still think we need to bring Von Zieks to AA, but whatever. Now we have a clean slate for the next chapter. Also, we are defending Susato. The line Lemur, you said was weird at the end of that last chapter was written as her finishing Inosuke's sentence, but it only felt odd in the moment because you read it as if she said it completely unprompted. We were probably too far into thirst at that point.
I'm
And there
not
was
responsible for how I read. Especially at the end of the stream. My reading comprehension just gets worse the longer we stream, so
I mean,
sorry,
that's fair. But also, when, like, they divide the phrase between two people, and we are too busy drooling over a man's forearms, I can see how you'd miss it. All right. Shall we start? Shall we see what our new case is?
Sure.
All right.
Slap.
The Adventure of the Unspeakable Story. Oh, the Hound of Baskerville.
I know how this one goes.
I don't.
It's coming! Sholmes' cry.
Oh my god, it's
pierced through the
narrated.
thick green fog around us. Wisps of vapor flowed over the pistol as I cocked it, and I waited, breathlessly, in the stillness. The silence lasted for what seemed an eternity, until, at last, it appeared. From the shadows of the cloud, an enormous beast sprang out upon us. A hound it was, but not such a hound as any mortal has ever seen. Its eyes glowed with a smoldering glare.
Big
The whole
fucking
of
dog.
its ox-sized body was outlined in white-hot flames. Its rumbling pant and hideous howl, so terrified was I that I began to tremble with fear. Look well, Wilson, Sholmes declared, gazing upon the mystical beast. For this is the diabolical hound of the Baskervilles.
All right.
Okay.
Our
Good
first
doggo?
our first 2 months in London passed by in a flash. In that disconcerting courtroom experience we were first thrown into on the day we arrived in the country, and in Soseki-san, I can read, terrible ordeal that had followed closely behind, we had emerged victorious. However, there then came an abrupt end to our opportunities to appear in court, which
But-
was hardly surprising, of course, since I was nothing more than an amateur, an unknown student of law from a faraway land. So, life in our little office was very quiet. Is it maybe because we're in someone's attic? Just kind of putting that one out there.
Oh yeah, we said we were like Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah,
Good
that
time.
that is no, buddy, you are not the Hound of Baskerville.
Leia's
They are
auditioning.
now. Projecting.
Until it was shattered one day by that fateful telegram. Oh, I forgot. This is the time of telegrams, isn't it? 15th of April, 9:13 a.m. Naruhodo's legal consultancy. Is that what we named ourselves? No wonder we're not getting customers. Like,
Yeah, who's gonna
Do we-
hire us?
do we not know how the British go? That morning, I was woken by the unreserved knocking on the door by the telegram boy. But after he'd gone, Susato-san's behavior became very obviously strange. Susato-san?
Yes. Is it time to leave for court already? Let me see. What case is it today?
I don't think I'm scheduled to defend anyone at the moment. Am I?
Got a hair in my eye. Oh, no, of course not. How silly of me.
But I think Iris said she would make us breakfast this morning. So, shall we go down to Mr. Sholmes' suite?
Yes. Iris makes the most delicious breakfast food.
Can we not have the 10-year-old cook for us? She does, doesn't she?
And once our bellies are full, we can leave for court in fighting fit form.
Susato, did you kill someone and this is how you're telling me you need me to defend you, or...
You'll reveal her secret.
Let me see. What case is it today?
Here we go again. So, what was it about? The telegram that was delivered this morning, I mean.
A telegram? I don't know what you're talking about.
Sorry, but you're not gonna get away with that.
Well, I didn't think I would.
Considering the fact we saw you get the telegram.
Actually,
Is it a surprise birthday party for me?
Arsenal, shut up. Don't give it a moment's thought. It's nothing. Nothing interesting. Boring, in fact. It was just a boring old telegram.
Or was it?
That's 3 times now that she's tried and failed to convince me it was nothing.
I promise that I'll tell you about it at some point.
All right, I understand. I suppose Soseki-san will have arrived back in Japan by now, won't he?
Yes, I should think so. He left immediately after that terrible ordeal. Which would mean he should have completed the voyage already. Or just be a few days away.
A fortnight ago, we had that very long telegram from him. Do you remember? Complaining of seasickness. But, by and large, it seems the voyage has been going well.
Is something wrong, Naruto-san?
I was just wondering what might have become of Soseki-san had he stayed in London. That's all.
You mean as regards Lord Van Zeeks, the Reaper?
Yeah. I can't help but wondering if seasickness would have paled into insignificance in that case. What is it they say? That no one who stands in the dock can be saved from the Reaper? Right? Like the way that nightmarish trial ended on the very first day we arrived in London.
Even 2 months on, the cause of that dreadful fire is still a mystery.
Yeah, but at least Soseki-san's safely out of the country now. Presumably that means the serial killer that we have as a prosecutor won't get him.
That curse of the Reaper can only take effect within the confines of the city of London, perhaps?
Even if that's the case, it's little comfort. I have a terrible sense of foreboding.
If the legend of the Reaper is to be believed, would it mean that he wields the sword of justice himself?
Come to think of it, I wonder what he's been up to these past 2 months. Surely not wielding that sword against more acquitted defendants.
No, I don't think so. Apparently, Lord Van Zeeks hasn't appeared in court once since our last encounter.
Oh? He's in love with us.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, since Soseki-san's trial, he's withdrawn from judicial service again, it seems.
Really? Just like before, when he wasn't seen in court at all for several years. So, it's just been me who's had to face him in his recent spate of trials then? Just my luck.
I wonder if luck doesn't come into it.
Sorry? What was that?
Oh, nothing. Never mind.
Okay. That was fucking weird. Let's take a look around. We didn't take a look around last time. Alright, so this is the tea set that Susato-san brought with her from Japan. Let's hope she hasn't noticed me slipping sugar and milk into my cup when she makes it. It's just so bitter.
Oh, baby boy.
Sorry. Tea is a drink to be enjoyed, Naruhodo-san. You really don't have to force yourself to drink it, you know. I don't like to see you screw up your face so.
Aw.
so nice to us.
It's spring at last, and the weather's warmer now. But I love the smell of the fire and the steam rising from the kettle.
Oh, would you like some tea, Naruhodo-san?
Thank you, Susato-san, but I'm alright for now. With the green tea Susato-san makes me from time to time, and Iris's, unique herbal infusions. This place is paradise for a true tea lover.
Green tea is such a wonderful accompaniment to British tea cakes, don't you think?
I can confirm. That spade has been here since we started renting the place. Free shovel!
Oh, that's not a spade, Naruhodo-san. It's a shovel.
No, shovels are for digging. That's for scooping up loose material. It's a spade.
No, spades are for digging. That's for scooping up loose material. It's a shovel.
I don't want to dig a hole for myself, so let's leave it.
Yeah, I'd stop arguing with her. Just kick our ass.
Yeah, she can and will kick our ass. We've only been here in London for about 2 months, but my desk is starting to look a little messy already.
You could tidy up once in a while.
Susato-san, I always say, making a mess is a small sacrifice to pay for being able to further your studies. And time spent tidying up is time you can't devote to the same cause.
And time spent on ridiculous arguments is time that could be better spent on simple housework.
She wins. But I'm supposed to be the lawyer here. Daruma! Ah, the Daruma doll I brought with me from home. Still with only one eye colored in. I said I'd color the other eye once I won my first court case here in Britain, but...
But you have one, haven't you? Twice, in fact.
Because
She can read our mind.
Because I feel as though I'm still lacking as a lawyer. Well, yeah, you win one court case and you don't go, I am the expert lawyer now. Just gonna quit while I'm ahead. I tell you what, why don't you color the other eye in once you think I'm a proper, fully fledged lawyer?
If you insist.
Aw. I look forward to having that. Oops. Yeah, I need to tidy up. I don't know why I have a treasure chest, but, you know. I'm the lawyer. Alright.
Like Pinocchio, I'm a real lawyer. Anyway.
Is this Susato's desk in comparison to my desk? This must be the telegram. Let's see.
Ah! No, you mustn't look at it. Not under any circumstances.
All right. I won't.
It's her property, man. You don't get to read her shit. I'm assuming it's for her. I'm sorry, Naruhodo-san, but you can be very mischievous at times.
Then put the telegram away if you don't want people looking at it.
Susato, that's where I write my lemons.
We were rather lucky to find that old aquarium left behind here. The prawns we put in there are doing rather well, and the anemones too.
It's a wonderful invention, isn't it? The sea behind glass inside your room. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Another example of Great Britain's greatness.
Having to clean it out and change the water isn't so great though, is it? So, we went from having a tree as a pet in the first 3 games to now we have a full-fledged aquarium. Do you know, I've never seen inside your room there, Susato-san. I've never even peeped inside. Why am I saying this out loud?
Oh
I
my
think
God.
so too.
Okay, buddy.
That's not your area, sir. A young maiden's private chamber is a place of bittersweet secrets, you know. Yeah, it's okay.
That is absolutely where she spends her time writing writing fan fiction. Reading and writing.
110%.
Whatever you say, young maiden. Alright, I think that's all we can look at in here. So, but I'm glad we got to see the Daruma. Hey, Suzato-san. Have you seen my armband?
God. Means a great deal to me, you know. That you cherish his armband so, and wear it each time you appear in court.
Well, it's very important to me. It's what shows that I'm a lawyer. And whenever I wear it, I feel as though it gives me strength. Through Kazuma. I absolutely can't be without it. Especially when I'm at a critical point in a trial. You know, stumbling over my words.
But just the other day, I noticed you wearing it when we went to visit that park.
We were on a date. It's fine. Sometimes I forget to take it off. Alright. Let's go to breakfast. 15th of April, Sholmes' Suite.
Oh, morning, Reno. Morning, Susie.
Good morning, Iris.
Is Sholmes in the
Someone
background?
Is someone playing the world's smallest violin like in SpongeBob?
I'm just imagining like 5th grade solo, like, sir, this is painful.
That was flat. Anyway, I don't play violin, so I can't say it.
Oh, good morning, Iris.
Actually, this is exactly how I would sound like if I played. Let's be honest.
Not me.
Iris.
What is it, Reno?
Who the fuck is playing the violin like they're killing a cat in the back? What is that terrible noise? It sounds like a cat being strangled.
Wow, you have the same brain cell.
Apparently, we're vibing.
Yes. You noticed that, didn't you?
Yep. He's a 10, but he's Herlock Sholmes in action.
But he's still got his shirt sleeves rolled up, so
Ooh.
he's pretty, but
Slutty
once again, we
behavior
need
today.
earplugs.
Hurley isn't in the best form this morning, it seems. He never is, but I like to make him feel better.
Oh no!
Oh
He's sad. Hello. Sad boy hours.
Hello, Mr. Sholmes.
no! Good morning.
Oh. A good morning to die, perhaps.
Has something happened, Mr. Sholmes? You look miserable, and the way you were playing the violin before.
Oh. My analytical mind is dead. Music is dead. The world is dead.
Are you out of cocaine?
You're giving me
Damn
the Howl
this-
Pendragon vibes, sir.
Absolutely.
The what? Howl?
Howl from
Yeah,
House
yeah.
from the Castle when he
from-
throws his fit.
I mean, he was also a pretty man, so. And he showed his forearms as well, so.
Mhm.
They have many things in common right now. I think he's playing the Stradivarius. Oh my god, if that was a Stradivarius, that'd be such an insult to Stradivarius. Everywhere. And I know the history behind those things because I looked up a documentary once and anyway. Damn this blanched existence.
Did they not have your favorite breakfast food this morning?
Absolutely. That's all it is, my dear fellow. Nothing of consequence.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
I need headbats. Well, Iris, isn't it time we ate?
We're gonna find out this man, like, found out his favorite cereal was being discontinued or something.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's gonna be some dumb.
They no longer
Some-
have Weetabix.
No more corn pops. Corn pops. Whatever it was. No more Count Chocula for me. Some dry toast and insipid coffee for me. It was not too much trouble. Wow.
Kitty!
Oh, my God.
Hi!
Hi.
Oh, look, it's Wuggleheight.
Good morning, boy.
Oh my god, it's a baby.
That must be
I love-
some sort of tiny door for cats to use. But how did it get there?
Cat door.
Well then, everyone, time for breakfast.
Oh, wonderful. Let me help you, Iris.
Oh, it would indeed be a fine day to die.
I knew something looked different.
He looks like he has a bedhead.
Something's missing from Mr. Sholmes' desk.
His jacket? Oh.
Oh, we'll
Woe
talk to
is
you.
me. Oh.
You seem to be very unhappy this morning, Mr. Sholmes. What's happened? Are you mad that we're not, like, frothing at the mouth over you like we were last stream?
It used to be the case that my hands, which are attached to my forearms, which you thought were sexy, this violin sung like the dawn chorus. Its melissonant tones would make flowers bloom.
It would?
But now, the muses are unamused with me. The goddess of music have thrown me over.
Whatever do you mean, Mr. Sholmes?
Oh, for hours I have bowed, days even, though the night I have endeavored to no avail. That sound, my tone, is lost. That brilliant, clear, unwavering tone gone forever. No more recitals of unbridled emotion. Oh, in his first book, A Study in Scarlet, Holmes prattled about the difference between a Stradivarius and other violins. Oh, okay. Ooh, there you go. Cat knowledge. Nice.
Well, you haven't been practicing much lately, have you, Hurley?
Don't worry. I'm sure it'll come back to you in time. Hopefully.
Heed my words, Mr. Naruto, the goddess of the arts of pickle. One day, they bestow genius on a man. The next, they unmercifully withdraw it.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. Why is this happening to me? If they take the turn I have for the violin from me, what is left, for pity's sake? What is left?
Your forearms.
What is left is not my right.
Deduction, perhaps? Isn't that what you're known for? Still think it's the child, but, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mr. Sholmes, I don't like to pry, but your desk looks rather empty today.
Oh, well done, Miss Sato. Your observational skills do you credit.
Oh, excuse me. Oh no, Mr. Sholmes. They pale into insignificance when compared to yours.
You'd struggle not to notice, wouldn't you?
Oh, excuse me.
Oh, you mean Hurley's great analytoscope? Well, that's at Windibanks now.
Sorry? It's at a Windy Bing?
Oh no, Windibanks! The pawnbrokery!
You're saying these things like we know what that means.
I know.
What?
The fuck are you saying?
You mean you've pawned that enormous machine of yours?
It has some considerable value, you see. Quite undeservingly.
But isn't it a very important machine for your work? I do wish you had consulted us if your situation had become so desperate.
Should have. Oh, wait, that's.
I should have gladly passed what little income I have to you.
Dear madam, things are far from desperate.
But the pawnbroker was your wonderful machine. How could it be anything but desperate?
Making use of a pawnbrokery is quite ordinary here in London, I assure you.
It is? It doesn't sound ordinary at all.
It would seem that neither of you fully understand how pawnbrokery works.
Oh. What's to understand exactly? How does pawnbroking work?
It broke my back.
What did you
A
mean when
bunch
you
of-
said we didn't fully understand how pawnbroking works?
To the people of London, pawnbrokeries are akin to banks.
Banks?
On Mondays, merchants relinquish their finest jackets and trappings to their pawnbroker of choice. With the money they received in return, they are able to trade happily through the week.
And then on Saturdays, they go to recover the things using the money they've earned.
I had no idea. This has been a fascinating lesson for us.
Everyone does it, you see, especially people in inner London.
And should they have money to spare, they would purchase another fine jacket. Not to wear, obviously, but to pawn, should the need arise.
Oh, how ingenious.
So whenever we have something that's getting in the way, we leave it at Windibanks, you see.
A pawnbrokery can be thought of as an extremely secure vault.
So, who wants to guess that there's going to be a pawnbrokery theft here?
Absolutely.
Who would have thought that even pawnbrokers are different here in Great Britain?
Of course, you have to watch Hurley with it. Sometimes he pulls things that he really shouldn't. Don't you, Ollie?
Oh. What does it matter? The world is dead to me now.
Well, you're a lot of fun today. Hi, have you seen my armband? Mr. Sholmes, can I ask for your opinion about this?
You lure me to raise my languid head with the promise of some mental exaltation. Yet in my morbid depression, I am confronted with the most mundane of problems.
Oh. Well, you don't have to be mean about it.
Rude! My mind finds greater stimulation in unforgiving monotony of the floor than in your miserable offering.
Always glad to help.
Oh, my head weighs heavy on my shoulders.
Well, you don't have to be mean about it. Hey, Iris, can we have breakfast now?
Let's eat stuff.
Mr. Natsume's cat. Oh, that's why it's Wagahai. So for anyone who doesn't know, Soseki Natsume, I think it's his first novel, is Wagahai wa Neko de Aru, which translates to I am a cat.
That's what chat said earlier too.
Oh, hey!
Heyo.
Chat, we're on the same wavelength. Mr. Natsume's cat seems to have settled into his new home then.
Oh yes, and I've become very attached to little Waggy.
It would appear his previous owner has completely forgotten him. Cats are unfeeling creatures. The mews are as empty as the hearts of the muses.
Kitty!
If Mr. Natsume had no intention of taking Waggy back to Japan, I wonder why he kept him in the first place.
I expect he would have taken him if he could. But pets are strictly forbidden aboard steamships in our experience.
And for good reason. Terrible things can happen if the rules of passage are not obeyed.
Yeah, my
Or
boyfriend
flashbacks.
died because there was a cat on board.
Well, I don't mind because Waggy is adorable.
Aww.
Oh,
Yes, he really is. Oh, yeah. What about the door? I don't remember seeing that tiny thing in the main door before. Where did that come from?
Oh, you noticed. You're very observant, Runo. Look, I use this. It's my latest invention.
What is that?
Stop it.
I call it the cat flapper mat.
What?
I love this child.
It's like in Phineas and Ferb, where Dr.
Phineas
Doofenshmirtz just names everything like a nature.
Nader.
Like I feel like that's the same level, like it's the same vibe for her. Gosh, a machine for making doors just for cats?
That's right. It can make a cat flap for a little furry friend like Waggy in seconds. And it can do it in any door at all, no matter what it's made of. Very powerful, you see.
Can I use it to become a cat burglar? Wouldn't it have been quicker just to make the cat flap rather than making a machine to make the cat flap?
But now she can make as many cat flaps as she wants.
I am the door master now. Fear me. Well, yes, maybe. But now I can make cat flaps anywhere I like.
That's what I said.
Same brain cell.
The talk of cats makes me think of how there is a correlation. Obviously, no, not necessarily. It could be causation, but there's a correlation between the some witch trials and the plague, because during those witch trials, they thought that the witches' familiars were cats, so a bunch of men were just going around killing cats.
Oh
Which
no,
led
but then
to
the rats.
a rise of rat population, which led to the plague.
Oh.
So cats, man. Anyway, cats are important. Oh, I think it's wonderful. You must make one for us and the door to our office upstairs, Iris.
She really knows.
Like,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say Rinosuke's like, no cats.
She really knows how to come up with unconventional inventions, this girl.
Look at her hair, she's so quirky.
I know, I love her.
Mini Nurse Joy.
Meow.
Meow. Oh, what was that?
Okay, we only have one cat unless Sholmes has decided he's gonna start meowing. Like, what do you mean, what was that?
We like pan over to the left there, and Holmes is just like squatting on his desk, meowing.
I would not put it past him.
You would.
Well, guy?
Oh shit!
Oh my god!
Wow!
What is happening?
What was that?
Oh no! What are you tangled up in your body?
Oh no!
Oh, fuck.
I think he thinks it's a toy.
No! Oh, what's he doing to it?
Oh dear, Mr. Sholmes' precious violin.
It's over now. The music of the night. Why should I care?
What?
I shouldn't be surprised. If the cat is a more accomplished musician than I now.
Mr. Sholmes really is is it really, Jesus. Mr. Sholmes really is in poor spirits, isn't he?
Quick, someone touch his forearm.
Well, anyway, I'll put it back where it lives, shall I, Hurley?
Out of the cat's reach, if possible? Maybe we should assess the damage.
This is gonna look like a hot mess.
Anything more to talk about, Iris? You do not. Okay. Let's assess the damage. So this is the violin, is it?
Violence. It's a Stradivarius, one of the finest violins in the world, made by the renowned Italian luthier Antonio Stradivari.
Oh, I see. It doesn't really look like anything special to me.
Take it back. It happens upon it. Well, I happened upon it covered in dust, languishing in a pawn shop down a nondescript black alley. Broker had no idea of its value, so I was able to purchase it for a mere 55 shillings.
How honorable of you.
And until today, it has been my faithful companion in every Paganini-inspired performance I have made. I ask you, is there reason to live in a world devoid of music, to tolerate this blanched existence? No! There is none!
Sir, this is a Wendy's.
Mr. Sholmes.
What, dear madam, what? My thoughts are preoccupied with fancies of release from this dull routine.
Well, it's about the violin.
Hmm?
It looks very different to normal, don't you think?
Hmm.
What do you mean, Mrs. Sato?
Oh, Susie's right. Yes, the tone of the wood is completely different.
And that's not all. I'm sure there was no crack here before.
Wait, it's not even the right size, is it?
What's this?
Sholmes, how the fuck could you start playing a violin and not realize it's not yours?
I'm terribly sorry to have to tell you this, Mr. Sholmes, but that instrument isn't a violin at all.
It's a viola. Then what?
I believe
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
it's an entirely different instrument called a viola.
Is it viola or viola?
I think it depends on who you are. Let's see what Wikipedia says the pronunciation is.
Yeah, like I've always wondered. I'm like, is it viola or viola? Because I've heard both, and I'm like, where is it? What? Viola, viola, blah blah blah.
Okay, so the American English pronunciation is viola. UK variation is viola. So,
So,
depends.
since we're in England, viola it is. What? You're right. You're quite right.
This man has the seduction powers of a god, supposedly, and he couldn't tell he was playing the wrong instrument.
This isn't my faithful Stradivarius.
That's why the cat attacked it.
So what pray is this piece of stringed flotsam?
Well, it's now a cat toy. Not your faithful performing partner, then?
Ah, I see what must have happened.
Did he pawn it?
Probably.
You do, Iris?
This is just simple mix-up.
It sounds like Iris might be able to tell us exactly what's happened if we ask her.
Time for Iris's telling your bullshit is wrong.
What did you mean by a mix-up, Iris?
Well, you see, this violin... Oh, sorry, viola I meant... was at Windybanks until last week.
At the pawnbrokers?
Not Mr. Sholmes' beloved musical partner.
Ah, I have erected my back and I am better now. There is a proverb from the East with which you are no doubt familiar, my dear fellows. Always let a beloved child travel.
Yes, indeed.
So, you sent your beloved violin to the pawnbrokers in the hope it would experience personal growth?
It's alive! It's alive!
Oh, what a wonderful idea.
That it's worth
It's
$1 billion.
A violin, yeah.
Last week, I pawned my great analytoscope in order to release my precious instrument. But it would appear Mr. Winterbanks mistakenly furnished me with a tawdry fiddle instead. But my ears cannot be deceived by the hollow timbre of this piece of timber.
No, but your every sense was deceived by the fact that it just had strings.
Oh, pshaw. A fine state of affairs this is, and why I always say, Mr. Naruhodo, never trust a pawnbroker. They will try to fiddle you every time.
I'd like to go back to Japan now.
That one hurt me.
But earlier you told us that you could think of a pawnbroker. Told us that you could think of a pawnbrokery as an extremely secret vault.
So yes, we call everything a Wendy's, even if it's this dude's place.
Exactly.
Come, Mr. Naruhodo, dilly-dallying will get you nowhere.
Sorry?
This animation. Crunching your toast with that vacant expect, freezing your coffee so obtusely. Are you not a little embarrassed by your own conduct, considering the urgency of which we are faced?
No, and I'd like to go back to my toast.
Just betray.
We must visit Mr. Windybank's brokery at once. That's right, isn't it, Mr. Sholmes?
Precisely, Miss Susato, without a moment's delay.
But I haven't finished my bacon and eggs.
It's called chugging. Chug, chug, chug away. My dear fellow, surely you do not still intend to crunch your bacon with an increasingly bacon aspect and to press your eggs ever more obtusely.
All right, say no more. Let's go then.
You have to be that anime protagonist that runs out the door with toast in his mouth.
There we go.
That's gonna be you right now.
Don't worry, Runo. I'd be happy to heat it up for you again later.
Eggs are never as good heated up the second time. But, oh, thank you, Iris. As it happens, I am rather curious to see what a British pawnbroker's looks like. I keep wanting to call it a prawn broker, and I know that's not it, but also...
But also, yes.
Alright. We can go to Baker Street, or let's... Should we go to Baker Street, or just go straight to the pawnbrokery? I'm sure we'll find Baker Street at some point.
Yeah, we'll find it later.
Yeah.
Let's go to the pawnbrokery.
Prawn
The
breaker.
prawn brokery.
The prawn breaker.
Alright,
Prawn brokery.
15th of April. Windybake's Prawn Brokery. So this is a British pawnbrokery.
Oh my. There are all sorts of tools and contraptions in here that I'd never laid eyes on before.
Susato-san, and that spark of wonder in your eyes? You can't wait to scour the shelves, can you? I get the impression you enjoy places like this?
Everything's an adventure.
Oh, yes. I don't know why, but seeing such a lot of things I don't understand is a real thrill for me.
Oh, my dear fellows. My arms are covered up again. Let us not forget why we are here.
I'd like to point out, with his arms covered, he went from a 10 to like a 5.
Oh, Mr. Sholmes.
Strip, strip, strip.
Hell yeah. Oh, we are calling on matters of business, not pleasure.
Can you not hit Susato? And clearly, Mr. Sholmes means business too, judging from the spark of fury in his eyes.
He's doing the Macarena, it's fine.
There we go. Shall we flip a coin for this one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, someone call it?
Heads.
Tails. Like,
It is heads.
Damn it.
Hey.
Ah, Mr. Sholmes, sir. Welcome back.
Did you hear that brazen welcome?
Well, Yes, we are potential customers after all.
We are disgruntled customers, Mr. Naruhodo, and it's time to inform Mr. Winterbank of our ire.
Okay, Karen.
I'd like to speak to the manager. Come, the fight is afoot.
This man has a great taste in bow ties.
Oh wow, it's so big. Naturally, you will recall this, which I retrieved from you some days ago.
Yes.
Oh, this second-rate fiddle is not my faithful instrument, Mr. Winterbanks. The color of the wood is different, and it has holes in it. It's not even the same size.
A wonderful summary of our observations, Mr. Sholmes. I'm so very sorry, sir.
Oh, wait, that's not me.
How utterly unforgivable of me. An inexcusable mistake for a pawnbroker. A prawn broker.
A prawn broker.
There's only one way to make amends.
Run. Please don't shoot us!
Oh, shit.
What the fuck?
Whoa.
This escalated quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I shall have to take my own life.
Sholmes, please say something.
No, I don't think I will. I mean, I don't think that will be necessary, do you?
If I may just say one thing before I pop off.
Pop off? Oh my god. Where I get popping.
Oh yes. Yes, Queen. What is it? Hop off, Queen.
It was you, sir, Mr. Sholmes, who took it upon himself to remove the item the other day, I believe.
Sorry.
As I recall, I entered the storeroom to fetch your violin, and when I heard, "Ah, here it is,"
You did.
when I turned to convert you, you had taken the viola and left, sir.
Oh.
However, there can be no doubt that the blame lies firmly at my own door for allowing you to leave. So I shall not grumble or grouse any longer. May this guilt die with me.
No, don't stop, my dear fellow. The fault is mine. Wow, that was a weird ass.
Phew.
Mm-hmm.
It appears that the fight is over.
Oh, I do humbly apologize, Mr. Winterbanks. Evidently, my questionable disposition precipitated this tragedy.
Well, you wouldn't be Mr. Herlock Sholmes without that questionable disposition, would you?
Haha, I do believe you may be right there.
It's either laugh or cry, I suppose.
I'm doing both simultaneously.
You are, it must be said, one of my more challenging customers.
Prawn poker.
I need to remind you of the particular collection of items you've brought through my door in the past. Oh, peculiar items? I don't think we want to know, girl. In the extreme, ma'am, for example. The unpublished manuscript of an
Anonymous?
Yeah.
eponymous work,
Eponymous. Yep.
the novels of Herlock Sholmes, or some such.
Wow.
Oh my, a new full-fledged novel?
Oh, she's like, my fanfic senses are tingling.
And unpublished? A story I have yet to read, you mean?
Every fanfic reader ever.
Ah, forgive me.
Buddy, put that away. This is a Wendy's.
Yeah.
Wait, before you die, you must tell me more.
Susato.
That's our concern. Oh god. Nobody here is sensitive.
I must know more. Tell me everything.
Wow, Susato-san is really fired up now.
Is there really an unpublished story under this very roof? Well, one day the gentleman here brought in an old metal chest, you see.
Sholmes, I'm not touching you. Gets in personal space. I should like to entrust this in your care for a while, Mr. Windybank.
For a chest like that, 1 shilling, sir. Not a farthing more.
It houses something of very great value indeed. The latest manuscript recounting the adventures of one Mr. Herlock Sholmes.
I beg your pardon? A manuscript? You wish to deposit a manuscript?
Him wiping away his foot is like me watching like a really spicy like AMV. Anyway.
Indeed I do, for I am confident it will be quite safe here.
Maybe.
And that was that. As such, Mr. Sholmes' latest tale of the otherworldly mystery lies dormant in my storeroom.
Go get it.
Mr. Sholmes, is that really true? Do I sense that someone doesn't want to talk about this?
I am a statue. Ooh, look at me. I'm a statue. I continue to pay a fee, do I not? Then kindly continue to store my belongings securely.
Wow.
Of course, sir, of course. They're safe and sound with me, I assure you, on my life.
This is all very strange.
Why do you trust this man? No offense.
I wonder, could I ask you something?
Ah, gentleman from the east, I see.
What are you going to say?
Oh god, I'm scared.
Yes, that sable suit, I suppose I could offer you 6 pence for it.
No.
But that's the only clothes I have. The rest of my luggage was that darumata.
yeah.
Without wishing to offend. The tone is somewhat dull.
Sorry?
Ha! But for your splendid attire, ma'am, 5 guineas no less.
This man just said, "Yo, outfit cooler than this bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, drip."
The colors are exquisite, the design exotic. Eastern artistry. I was gonna say like artistry.
Artistry.
Artistry at the finest. Artistry.
Finest rotisserie.
Oh my, 5 guineas, you say? How interesting.
Why do I feel as I've suffered some sort of defeat here?
Yeah, because you did.
Actually, I was hoping to ask you about your business. I've heard it said that pawnbrokeries are used rather like banks here in London.
Yes, sir, indeed. Many of my customers utilize the establishment as you described. I appraise their items and offer them a proportionate loan and 2 months of secure stowage. If in that time they repay the original sum to me plus the agreed interest, their items are happily returned. But what happens if they don't pay them money?
They lose their kneecaps. Thanks for asking.
Then these items are offered for sale in my shop, as you can see on the shelves behind me.
You take your duck, you mark it up.
So you never sell the items before 2 months has passed then? Apparently one of our mics is picking up a weird background noise.
I think
It does sound like breathing.
Yeah.
I'm a little far away from my mic, so I know it's definitely not me.
I can hear it, so it doesn't make sense to be me.
I guess it's me then, because I can't hear it.
Yeah.
But I'm just breathing. I don't know.
Do you move your mic up?
I mean, it's been sitting where it normally sits.
I don't know.
I don't know. That's right, ma'am. That's right. Which means some considerable responsibility rests on my shoulders. I did move it farther away from my face, so hopefully that helps.
Yeah. I don't hear it anymore, so.
Weird. Maybe. Should a customer's precious belongings be lost, the only recompense is for me to end it all.
Okay, buddy.
Sir, this is a Wendy's. The very idea, Mr. Winterbank, is an absurdity. One should never talk of one's demise so casually.
Says the man who was telling us all it was a good day to die only this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. But see, my forearms were very exposed, therefore.
Yeah.
And let us not forget that I have already helped you take measures to ensure such a tragedy never occurs.
Oh, what sort of measures?
I engineered a simple device which Mr. Winterbank has installed here in the shop. I call it the Red-Handed Recorder. Is that not so, Mr. Winterbank? Wink wonk, nudge nudge.
Ha.
What was that deep sigh about?
He hates it.
What on earth is a red-handed recorder?
Use your eyes, my dear fellow. There are two just below the ceiling. It can see what appears to be a camera attached to some sort of... Oh, that's not me. Hello, Susato.
I can see what appears to be a camera attached to some sort of timing device.
You old win. Very astute.
Ye old security camera?
It is indeed a camera, furnished with some 100 pieces of celluloid film. And every 30 minutes precisely, the camera automatically records the appearance of the shop.
So he just invented the security camera?
Yeah, pretty much.
Alright. Sure.
Here, I have an example I can show you.
I invented this to take selfies. Ah, yes, a print from the camera set to record the activity at the shop counter. I developed a special type of film so sensitive it produced a crystal clear image even in darkness. Ooh.
Really? That's extraordinary.
I'm hella smart.
Yes, you can clearly see the counter and the door behind it. Look.
This was made by me and not a 10-year-old.
I know, that's what I was
So-
thinking. This sounds like an Iris thing.
So you see, were someone to enter the premises with ill intent, his identity would be summarily exposed.
But did you not say that the photographic prints were taken at 30-minute intervals?
Indeed, as you say, my dear madam.
Then what if the incident were to occur between the times?
One could say that would be a cruel twist of fate.
You can only commit crimes here
Exactly.
on the half hour. The
Between
hour and the
this
half hour.
I saw like emergency phone the other day that it had a cover thrown over it and said emergency phone not installed here. Please do not have an emergency here. And I will keep thinking of that.
Jesus.
Watch me have an emergency.
I must confess, your devices have been giving me some cause for distress of late.
I beg your pardon, Mr. Windybank. Surely there are anything but distressing. Reassuring is the word.
It's the cost of film, sir. You most graciously placed not one, but 2 cameras in my shop after all. Which means I must pay for nigh on 100 utterly useless prints every single day. I'm afraid the cost of the film will break me before I'm very much older.
Wow, that's worse than Spectrum. Anyway. Nevertheless, a small price to pay to ensure the safety of my preferred pawnbrokery, no? My dear fellows, we verge on an age where safety and security come at a price.
Oh, heaven help us.
Now I know who he reminds me of. Cogsworth from Beauty and the Beast.
I can see it.
Yeah.
The human Cogsworth.
Now then, Mr. Sholmes. Eye is watering. I have to rub it. Allow me to return your precious violin.
Ah, the very thing. Thank you, Mr. Windybank.
Perhaps this might mark the end of the peculiar items you tried to pop, huh?
Papa.
Because if anything were to happen to one of them,
Oh god.
this would be my only answer.
Oh god.
I really think you ought to stop waving that gun around. Someone could get hurt.
You're not.
Sorry?
I've only loaded a single bullet, so no one but myself could possibly be harmed. It's not true.
That's
Still hurt somebody else.
not really what I meant.
What if it ricochets?
Good day to you then, Mr. Windabank.
It's been a pleasure, as always, Mr. Sholmes.
Why did I read that? I've been pleasured as always, Mr. Shoal.
God.
Mr. Sholmes, please keep your hands to yourself.
I need to stop.
So, Mr. Naruhodo,
What an evening.
now we can explore at last.
Oh.
I do not think this man wants me to explore, therefore I will explore.
It's like you're touching the fine china.
What an assortment of things there are on these shelves here. Crockery, footwear, clocks and watches, almost anything you care to imagine.
I've got who's its and what's its galore. Do you want thingamabobs? I've got 20. There's some forfeited items offered for sale by the pawnbroker.
What does that really mean, though?
That means you can buy one. Oh, when you pawn or colloquially pop an item, the broker loans you money against its worth.
Thingamapops.
He stores them in. He stores the item for an agreed period of time, after which the loan must be repaid. If not, he is free to display it in the shop for sale at a price of his choosing.
Oh, yeah. Now you've explained it. I'm noticing little price tags on everything.
1 cent. Of course, simply by paying the agreed interest on the loan, one can extend the period of safekeeping. So you may pawn that black garb of yours without fear, my dear fellow.
My treasured university uniform? Never! It embodies my student spirit! It defines me as a character. Or something.
And also, it's the only clothes I own.
Exactly. Would you like
I'll
me
be
to go around
naked.
naked?
No, I would not like that.
Look at this. What could this lovely, big, shiny box be?
I'll just give you my jacket, like a true gentleman. And then my forearms will be exposed once more. That, my dear madam, is a music box. Surely you have such things in your own country.
Oh my, yes. But I've certainly never seen one so large before.
Shall we listen for a while?
Oh, cute.
What a sublime sound.
Too bad it's not caramel dancing.
Take me back 20 years.
Can you imagine
like
if
the-
it just started playing caramel dance?
It's like the music of angels.
I've never heard anything like it before in my life.
This particular specimen is of a larger variety commonly found in the public houses and restaurants. There is a metal disc inside in which the notes to be played are recorded. Simply by replacing the disc with another, any music you care to imagine can be played. Yes, even caramel dancing.
My goodness, what a simply delightful machine.
Large enough to contain the manuscript?
Indeed. Though their popularity has waned recently with the development of the gramophone, of course.
Oh no, the music's gone.
Yeah, I was like, oh. Huh.
It was so nice.
Science and technology advance at such an overwhelming pace. Look at that enormous ledger open on the counter there.
Yes, but look at the picture of the dog.
Mr. Windybank is, if nothing else, very particular about recording the items he accepts.
He'd have to be. Otherwise, he'd get himself into all sorts of trouble. Which might explain the thing that catches my eye far more than the ledger. This revolver here. And the picture of the dog.
The dog! Do not entertain even a single thought of pilfering an article therein, my dear fellow. I assure you, Mr. Windybank would not hesitate to draw that weapon with a speed belying his portly size.
Oh, you don't mean he'd...
Shoot to kill, yes.
Blow his brains out indeed, in recompense for his blunder.
Oh my. But in any case, of course, we would never do such a thing. How could you even suggest it?
Let's see. Anything else to look at over here? Doesn't look like it.
Now, what do you suppose this rather enormous machine does?
It seems to have two little windows for looking through.
Oh, allow me to enlighten you, my dear fellows. What you're looking at is a stereoscope.
A stereo... Fascinating.
It is aptly named, I assure you. Look through the eyepieces and see for yourself.
Oh, I should be delighted too. Excuse me a moment while I just have a look.
Oh, just before you do, there is something I should point out. My dear fellows, in order to see the image properly, stereoscopically, as it were, wow, his words, you will need to be cross-eyed. However, if that is beyond you, it is of little consequence today.
All right then, I'm gonna try it.
What did you see?
Ah!
Oh shit.
Mr. Naruhodo, you must see at once.
All right then. So I need to be cross-eyed, like I'm trying to look at my own nose. What the? I don't believe it. It's just a photographic print, but it seems like you could reach out and touch it.
Oh, yes, the sense of depth is startling, is it not? Stereoscopes are one of London's many fads. They are often found in little stalls in the park. People queue for hours just to see them.
Why are people meddling with such black magic?
It is no magic, my dear madam. It is, well, science. Far too complicated to explain at present, so we shall have this lesson for another day. Which means I don't know.
Yeah.
In fancy talk.
Oh.
Sorry, Sato.
Well, look at the little couple.
The babies.
The fuck is that thing?
Cursed.
Look at this. Whatever could it be used for?
I have no idea.
Ah.
Oh, that's you?
There's a small catch just here. Look.
We're going to open it, aren't we?
Yes. Sure are.
Oh my, that's amazing. It has some sort of spring-loaded mechanism.
Which we'll never manage to put back to the way it was before.
What are you two doing?
What? Us? Nothing! No, nothing at all!
It doesn't sound like nothing.
Whatever this device is, it seems to have a pair of little windows to look through. I feel as though I've seen something rather similar to this elsewhere.
Sato calls witchcraft.
That's not a calendar you could easily miss, is it? 15th of April. Today's date.
Yes, that's not for sale, I must point out.
Gotta figure out what day it is.
It is an Eastern-style page-a-day calendar. Every night at midnight, I tear off the front page to reveal the following day's date.
The perfect calendar for a tearaway fellow such as yourself, Mr. Winterbank.
And who was it who walked out of here with the wrong violin before?
Shut up.
Well, when the agreed storage period has passed without repayment, articles are forfeited, you see. Excuse me. So I have to keep a close eye on the date. It's something of a pawnbroker's obsession, you might say. Oh yes, I can see you're very dedicated to your job. Good job.
You in?
What? Only it's up is for it? That ain't fair. You know it.
The article is barely worth a penny, miss. I cannot offer more.
Oh, it was a lady. Okay.
Sounds like there's an argument brewing over there by the counter.
Are you biting me, sir?
Come
Are you
on, that
biting me,
can't
sir?
be right. Have you even a proper butcher's attitude?
I've seen all I need to see, young girl. Oh, our dear friend.
Oh, okay. So that was actually.
Wait, don't we know? I'm sure I recognize her.
Oh, yes. It's the young lady from Mr. McGill's trial 2 months ago.
The other one I wanted to adopt.
Other best girl.
Oh, her name is Jaina Lestrade, my lord. She's a dancer, and across among your large crowds leaving people of the passes. What's commonly called a pickpocket.
Hello, my small criminal child.
He has a gun. I think it was Lemur who played her.
Yeah, I couldn't remember.
Yeah, it was definitely Lemur.
Gordon Bennett, you lot.
Oh no,
Okay.
she has a gun again!
Hello, Miss Lestrade. I hope you've been well.
She has a gun.
Eh, what, you remember me then, do you?
Well, I remember being completely surrounded by smoke, that's for sure.
So what you gonna do in here?
Almost smarter than Brix.
Down and out like the rest of us? Nothing to eat? Come to pop that black weasel, sorry, coat, have ya?
What is it about this black uniform that makes everyone comment on it?
You're right, it's not as cool as her outfit, I must say. Ah, good day, unless I'm much mistaken. You would be the young pickpocket that stole our experimental smoke grenade launcher.
Mr. Sholmes.
So, you have something of value to pawn, do you? Allow me to see the article, and I shall negotiate with Mr. Winterbank on your behalf.
Pull the other one. I don't need no help from some stuck-up D.
Oh wait, that's not me.
Get out of my business. Go on or I'll make trouble for you.
Oh, as you wish, Miss Lestrade. I will happily remove myself from your presence.
He's really done it. He's gone.
I'm sorry, but as I said, there really is no room for negotiation here.
What is that thing he has in his hand? Some kind of metal disc?
That's a sick ass mixtape.
And you, go on, leave me alone. Oh, Miss Lestrade, just pretend we aren't here. We shan't be offended in the slightest.
Sato-san can really stand her ground when she wants to.
Damn, girl.
Whatever.
There certainly won't be evidence at some point.
Somehow, I didn't really think you were the sort of person who'd use a pawnbroker, Miss Lestrade.
Yeah, well, I am, alright? I'm a Londoner just like everyone else. That a problem, is it?
No, not at all. It's just that, well...
Oh, I get it. I know what you're thinking. That thing probably don't ever belong to her. I fucking hate this. Probably got it on the dive, didn't she? Yeah, I can see it written all over your Chevy Chase.
Well, I might
Sure,
have
that
been
means
thinking something along those lines.
He's not denying it. Wow, thank you.
You're not going to deny it, Mr. Naruhodo?
Being honest.
Alright then, I'm just gonna come out and ask you straight. Do you pawn things that you steal from other people?
Well, I don't know how best to answer that, really.
Answer is yes.
You have to tell me if you're a cop.
Yeah.
Supposed, sometimes.
You're legally required to tell me if you're the police.
You're not going to deny it either, Miss Lestrade.
Wow.
But not this time, alright? I swear, that thing belongs to me.
This time.
The disc that Mr. Windabank is holding. Perhaps we should see what he has to say about all this. Alright, I think we're going to end here for tonight. I'm starting to get tired.
Sounds good to me.
All right. So next stream is Sunday, 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific, because I think
Thursday.
no Thursday. I for some reason thought it was Thursday.
Where are we?
But
I was
the
like, wait, what?
time does not
Hurricane
exist
took
for
our
me at the
memory.
moment. So Thursday, 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific, because apparently we're not on Thursday yet.
No, somehow it is not Thursday.
Time is a social construct.
Time is a social construct. That's what I tell myself.
You guys got any announcements?
Yeah, I started a Yu-Gi-Oh project, and I'm sure some people already saw it retweeted on Twitter. Basically, we're making a cosplay music video to overlap. So if you know any Yu-Gi-Oh cosplayers or are a Yu-Gi-Oh cosplayer yourself, especially one of the protagonists, shoot me a DM at Manabingu on Twitter, and we shall talk.
Yay!
It's due at the end of October, so we want to release it at end of October. Everything's due October 24th.
Yay!
So yeah, I look forward to working with you.
Yay!
That's about it.
Very cool.
Mhm.
Also, happy birthday, Kazuki Takahashi. It's his birthday today.
Yay! Lemur, you got anything?
Just a reminder that voter deadline. There are some voting registration deadlines that have passed. It's on the Twitter feed. If you need to check in to confirm your voter registration. I know in a lot of states it's still open. I would highly recommend, if you think you're registered to vote, to double check that. And then also, please, if you have not already, check to see if the next available booster is in your area. I'm going to go get my next booster on Monday. So,
Woo!
if you can get another boost, I highly suggest it. Keep your fingers crossed that this one doesn't kick my ass. Because I'm getting it right before I'm traveling. So,
Woo!
so yeah, please, yeah, if you're American, please make sure that you're registered to vote. And if you're everybody, please get vaccinated.
Yay! Yeah. So there are links below. One is to the Twitter. One is to the YouTube channel. If you need to see when are we streaming, if we're doing a special stream, etc., etc., check us out on Twitter. If you want to see some of the earlier streams that we've done, check us out on YouTube. I don't remember whether I have it up to date at the moment, but I am working on it. I apologize. The hurricane has still thrown me off my guard. Other than that, wash your hands, wear your masks, get vaccinated, and we will be back on Thursday. Have a good night, everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye.